Hello, everybody. This is Peter B. And this is a video response for John 3D 80s Kid. Today, he did a video about his obsessive over baseball cards, what he is obsessed about. And he wanted to know what we're over obsessed about in baseball cards, and so I figured I'd do the VR. He has some excellent prizes too in this VR. If you haven't seen it yet, because it did just come out the day I'm filming this, go over in there and watch it. He has 4 great prizes. I wouldn't mind having any one of them. Hint, John, I do collect third basemen. Okay, so watching a lot of videos. This isn't about John. This is about in general. Watching a lot of videos, which I do, which may be an obsession I have anyways. I'm always on YouTube checking out baseball card videos. I really do enjoy it. And you guys do fabulous work. And I like to check them out, and I like to comment because you guys do such nice work. Anyways, a lot of videos are about grades and condition. I mean, some people won't buy a card because of the condition. Some people won't buy a card because of the grade. I was never into that. A matter of fact, the only graded cards I own were bought that way. I bought many of my cards in the 70s when I was a kid. And then 80s, when I learned you can actually go to card shows and pick up older cards than just the ones you find at the store the year they came out in a box of Tops. And through the Sports Collector's Digest, I bought many of my tobacco cards through that. And then later on eBay. And I've never, ever graded one of my own cards. Do I want to? Yeah, I would love to. I mean, I'm not going to be around forever, and it would make life much easier for my wife or whoever's going through my cards if they were all graded, and I will probably do that, grade my best cards someday. But right now, it's not worth the money. Why should I send 10 cards out to be graded, which I believe would cost like $15 a card? I can buy a nice card for $150. So my collection, they don't need to be graded. And like I said, yes, someday that will probably change, but right now I don't care about grades. Now, would I love every one of my cards to be a Gem Mint 10? Of course I would. Even if they weren't graded, if they were raw, I would love them to be in excellent mint condition or mint condition. But the fact is, they're not, and I still love them. For instance, I've shown this card before. T205 Jimmy Collins, let me get in focus for you, of the Providence Grays. I bought this at a card show in Rhode Island, probably early 90s. And you can see it's not in the best condition. There's paper loss under his arms and on his arm, and there's creasing in his hat and above his head. And, well, the tobacco stains are just part of the polar bear. But you also see the upper left-hand corner. Looks like maybe someone stepped on it. So it's, a lot of people see this card and say, I don't want that. I love this card. This card, not this exact card, but when I first discovered tobacco cards, I was at a card show, and I bought a T206 John McGraw Hands at Hip. That was my very first tobacco cards. It was, like I said, early 80s when they started doing card shows all over the place. I knew nothing about tobacco cards. And it led me to research and read, and I've learned so much about the players from the playing days of the tobacco card era, both the 1900s and the 1800s. And it's fabulous, the history of baseball. That's what really gets me. I am a history buff, and I love the history of baseball. And so just the fact that this card from 1911 I own, even if it's in this condition, I love it. Now, this is not this particular card, but this card is my favorite card ever. And I actually do own it in a PSA 6. Only because I bought it that way and I wanted a best example that I could afford, because it is my favorite card. But I'm not getting rid of this one. And there's another story. I told this before on the YouTube video. The story behind this card as well. I bought this, like I said, a show in Cranston, Rhode Island in the early mid-90s. And I bought it from Smokey Joe Wood's son. He would go to card shows around Rhode Island and Massachusetts and sell things. And this card, even though I have nothing that says this, but why would he lie to me? This card came out of Smokey Joe Wood's collection. Now, Jimmy Collins played for the Boston Red Sox, and Smokey Joe Wood played for the Boston Red Sox. Much later, but I'm sure they met. I'm sure at some point they met and talked, and maybe this is why Smokey Joe Wood held on to this card until his son sold it in the early 90s. So that's another reason why I love this card. I mean, look at the upper right corner. Some of you guys say, nope, I wouldn't want it. Not me. I'm keeping it. Even though I got a better condition one, it came from Smokey Joe Wood's collection. But even if he didn't, even if they just bought it off just some dealer, I love this card. It's from the Providence Grays, and the fact that it's a Providence team, I didn't even know this is a minor leaguer, but in the 1800s, they had a major league team, the Providence Grays. I didn't even know that until I bought this card, and I started researching, and I found out about the Providence Grays. And in 1884, they won the first ever World Series, and Old Hoss Radburn. I mean, I love that stuff. So condition doesn't bother me. Like I said, would I love this to be a Gem Mint 10? Would I love my 1969 Rico Petrocelli to be a Gem Mint 10? Of course. But it doesn't matter to me. It's in my collection, and I love it. I'm going to show you another T205. The minor leaguers are fairly hard to get, but once again, doesn't matter. It's a nice card. It still has nice color. The blue on the Providence P and the green background. And here's another one. This one also less common than most. And it's Addie Joss. This card came out right after he passed away, and even mentions it on the back that he passed away. And like I said, it's for some reason it's in a set. It's in a print run that they didn't print as much as the others. And so it's not as available as other T205s. But it's in this condition, and I own it. I own an Addie Joss T205 card. Would I like to be a Gem Mint 10? Of course I would. Not for the money, just for the looks. Although, yeah, someday for the money. But this is my card. See, I'm also a set collector, and I would rather collect a set. I guess that's my first obsession, John. I'm a set collector. I would rather collect a set, which I do, of the T205s. I do have the whole set, and it fills my spot for Addie Joss. I don't need to go out and get another one because, like John Mangini, I'm not going to sell this. When I die, they can find a way to get rid of it, but it's my card, and I love it. And it fills that spot in my set. So, like I said, that's probably the most thing I see is people obsessing. Oh, it's it has a slight crease, or it's not as shiny, or who cares? I mean, if you're gonna resell, if you're buying cards to resell them, yeah, that does matter. And if your channel is all about buying cards to resell, I wouldn't watch it. I watch collectors, and that's what I am, a true old guy collector that loves cards like this. So I'm not obsessive about condition. Yes, I would like all my cards to be in fantastic condition, but they're not. I own them. I can afford cards like this, and I love them. The next thing you see a lot is, oh, it's slightly off center. Oh, it's 70-30 off center. I can't buy that card. Oh, it's 60-40 up and down. I can't buy that card. I don't really care about that. I'm more of a corners guy. I mean, I do have plenty of cards with soft corners. Like Joe's channel, Joe at 4 Soft Corners. I have plenty of cards at with soft corners, but I would rather have soft corners and a card that looks like this than a card that's perfectly centered and has soft corners. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, this is the way it came out of the pack. This is condition. This is a 1972 card. So it's, what is it, doing math in my head? What is it, 50? 60? 50. It's over 50 years old. And look at it. It still looks like it came out of the pack. Yeah, I know, I just kind of contradict what I said with this card, but still, we're talking about the borders. I would rather it look like this. This is the way it came out of the pack. This has been in this condition since 1972. I mean, look at it. Now, of course, this is an overly exaggerated, not centered. But not centering doesn't bother me, because that's the way it came out of the pack. So like I said, this is kind of over-exaggerated, but look at these cards. There's another one. I love it. There's another one. Love it. Here's another one. Love it. They're all, look, pack fresh. So of the two, pack fresh I like much better than scrutinizing how well it's centered. Oops, sorry, Jimmy Collins. There's some 72s. Once again, look at this. It's pack fresh. How can you not love these cards? Wilbur Wood, look how bad he is. But he's pack fresh. And here's Horace Clark. You may be looking, oh, well, he's probably like 60-40 left to right, and top to bottom, he looks okay. A little bit of a diamond cut. Well, look at that. That's cool. He's next to a guy named Howard Amp, whoever that is. I think that's cool. And once again, pack fresh. So probably 99% of you guys out there would not want this card. Not me. It's in my collection, and I love it. And then the biggest thing after condition, whether it's creasing, scratches, or borders, is rookie cards. John, here I do agree with you 100%. I don't care about rookie cards. To me, this is my opinion. I believe it's true. It's my opinion. Rookie cards from pre-1980 mean something. Because say you're a kid in 1955 and you get a pack of Topps baseball cards and you open it up and you pull out a Mickey Mantle. Oh, he's special. You're going to hang on to him. Maybe put him in a shoebox or stuff him away somewhere because you love him. You love that card. And maybe Hank Aaron. Oh, yeah, he's that guy who came up last year and he looks good and blah, blah, blah. And trying to think of who is the 55 set that's an older player, but anyone that's an older player. Willie Mays. Oh, yeah, Willie Mays, he's fantastic. Does real good. He plays the outfield well. He hits homers. This card is special. I want to put this aside. Then you pull out Roberto Clemente. Who's this? Never heard of him. Or you pull out Sandy Koufax. Who's this? Never heard of him. I'm going to use those cards to play pitch, which is actually something I did when I was a kid. And so you toss them against the wall. The card closest to the wall gets the whole batch that is tossed, or you put them in you're not going to put maybe you're not going to put a Mickey Mantle, 1955 Mickey Mantle in your tire spokes. But you're going to put this guy, Sandy Koufax, you never heard of, or Roberto Clemente, you never heard of, because that's their first year card. I mean, who are these guys? So, today, maybe there's just slightly less of those rookie cards because they weren't held onto. And that is, my opinion, is the true meaning of the rookie card. From 80 on, kids were pulling cards and putting them in sleeves and binders, and all the cards were the same. All the cards, whether you get a rookie or Jim Rice, they're all nice cards, and you have to keep them fresh because they're worth something. And marketing people, and I kind of blame Beckett. I don't know if it was him. But marketing people coined the phrase rookie card. And one of the earliest, biggest rookie cards that I can recall is Don Mattingly. Everyone had to have a Don Mattingly rookie card. It was around that time where people were into rookie cards. And the Beckett would list the rookie card. And then, Mark McGwire's rookie card and Jose Canseco's rookie card. And first of all, there's millions of them. Second of all, kids didn't treat their cards like they did back with the vintage cards. So their population pretty much stayed the same. Maybe a kid threw all his cards away, but he would have stars and rookies. He wouldn't just keep the stars, he'd also keep these rookies because that's what they were told to do. So the whole rookie card market, and I actually don't like, and I don't care. I don't care if it's a rookie card. And it's just a marketing thing that I don't believe in other than vintage. But once again, go back to Roberto Clemente. I would rather have the card I'm about to show you than his 1955 rookie card. Now, which card would I rather sell you? Of course, I'd rather sell you the 1955 rookie card, but I'm not selling. I'm a collector. I would rather have his last card. 2 reasons. 1, I love to read baseball card backs. And that is his complete stats. When I was a kid, I used to look up, like, did he lead the league in home runs this year and RBIs this year? And he played for, it says here, he played for Montreal and then the Pirates. Montreal minor league. Montreal would be the Montreal Royals, I believe. But I used to look at this stuff and read this stuff. And I learned so much from reading the backs of baseball cards when I was a kid. So that's one reason why, because it shows his complete legacy of the game right here on the back of the card. Rookie cards don't do that. Now, I hate the cards like, for instance, 1971, where they only have 1 year, or 1956, they only have the 1 year. I love cards that show their full career. I'd much rather be looking at this than a rookie card. And this card's kind of unique because it was the last card of Roberto Clemente, and it was issued right after his death. So this is, a little unique, but still, even if it was, trying to think of a Hall of Famer who retired around the same time. I'm just going to pull someone out of the hat. I know Bob Gibson didn't retire then, but say Bob Gibson. I'd love to see the back of Bob Gibson's last year card versus his goofy looking rookie card. So rookie card to me doesn't mean anything. Unless today when I go to sell, to me right now, it doesn't mean anything. And like John, 3D 80s kid, I'll tend to stay away from rookie cards. Now, exception to what I just said about the last card, if it's someone that spent all their years on a team, became a Hall of Famer, All-Star, then Hall of Famer representing that team, and then they get traded or become a free agent at the end of their career, like Pete Rose, I'll always think of him as a Cincinnati Red. I know he went to the Phillies. I believe he went to the Expos. I don't know if he moved around after that. But I don't really want his last year card because it doesn't show him on a red. But between the two, maybe his last year red card versus his rookie card, I'd rather have the last year. Plus his rookie cards, the little floating heads with 3 other guys. I don't care about rookie cards. And John, I applaud you for sticking up for that also. So, I don't care about condition. I do wish they were all Gym Mint 10s, but I'll take them any way I get them. I don't care about between the two. I'd rather have uncentered than bad corners of the two. And I most certainly would rather have a nice card that player represents the team of than a rookie card. So what am I obsessed about? Like I said, I'm a set collector, and I'm a little obsessive about that. This past Tobacco Card Tuesday, I showed the T80 military issue set. This is what they look like. I said they were a cross between minor league T205s and T206s. And if you haven't seen that video, please do, because these are really some beautiful cards. But to be honest with you, I had 3 of them. There's a 50 card set. I had 3 of them. And I'm doing a project just like Orlando's doing a project. We both started this around the same time. But I'm going back and looking at my old cards. I don't have a card room. A little jealous of you guys that do. But I do have 3 closets with boxes of baseball cards. So I've been pulling them out and going through them, seeing what exactly I have. And I pulled out a box of tobacco cards, and I found the 3 I did have. And I looked at them and said, these are beautiful cards. And let's go after the set. It's a non-sport set, so it shouldn't be crazy money. And they're just beautiful. So in a matter of 3 months, I went from 3 of these to 47. I just need 3 more. And I would own those 3 if I could find them on eBay. So, John, that's my excessive behavior. Once I start something, I'm a little impatient, and I like to finish it quickly and move on. Probably not the best thing to be, but that's my obsession, John. Not only collecting sets, but if I collect subsets, or I decide I want a card, I tend to go out and get it. So, John, I hope you liked my VR response, and I wish you well, and I wish everyone else watching this video well, and I'd love to see your obsession with our hobby. Goodbye, everybody, and have a fantastic weekend.